A Jewish teenager believed responsible for many recent threats has been arrested today in Israel.
And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeted that he hopes the arrest now brings comfort to those affected by the rash of hate crimes. Eyewitness News reporter Diana Rocco is live now in Manhattan, where Jewish leaders are responding as well. Diana.
Lori and Liz, many here breathing a sigh of relief this noon after a multi-agency international investigation. It was a cyber unit that tracked down this 19-year-old and his father. They are now charged with making more than 100 threats on Jewish community centers and schools. Now in custody, a 19-year-old with dual citizenship in Israel and the U.S. Police say he has been responsible for terrorizing Jewish community centers across the United States and here in New York since the beginning of the year.
We don't know for sure that he's responsible for all the calls that were made and all the emails that were sent. So we have to suppose that maybe, just maybe, there are still one or more criminals responsible for these kinds of acts.
Since January, dozens of threats have been called in to JCCs in as many as 12 states in one day, at least 6 here in New York, including Staten Island, Queens, Tarrytown, and in New Jersey. In February, the threats forced evacuation of this JCC in Staten Island for several hours while police and other law enforcement swept the building, later determining it was safe to re-enter. After an international investigation, Israeli police now say the calls came from a teenager in South Israel who could not enter the army because he was deemed mentally insufficient. He and his father, who was also arrested, may have phoned in more than 100 bomb threats in schools and community centers in the U.S., Israel, and New Zealand.
We can be very optimistic that we have, both in my country and your country, law enforcement agencies that are dedicated, that they do not rest until they catch the culprits.
In a statement, Israel's Prime Minister of Public Security says, "We hope that this investigation will help shed some light on the recent threats against Jewish institutions, which have caused great concern both among Jewish communities and the Israeli government." Also, Attorney General Jeff Sessions saying today's arrest in Israel is the culmination of a large-scale investigation spanning multiple continents. I commend the FBI and Israeli National Police for their outstanding work on this case. And while no bombs were ever found, this 19-year-old suspect is also believed to be responsible for making 2 threats to planes at JFK. Outside his court hearing, his attorney said he suffers from a severe medical condition. We're live outside the Israeli consulate on the east side this noon. I'm Diana Rocco, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.